Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Saturday, December 18, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Ottawa Senators vs Philadelphia Flyers. Through 28 games, Philadelphia's leading goal scorer is Cam Atkinson. With his 12 goals and 7 assists, he is the second in overall points, coming in at 19. On the season, he is turning 15.2% of his shots into goals. In addition, the Flyers have benefited from the strong play of Claude Giroux, who is the team's overall leader in points. In his team's 28 games, he has come up with 10 goals on a shooting percentage of 13.5%. However, when on the ice, the Flyers are -6 in scoring differential. Philadelphia's top goalie is Carter Hart, who is giving up an average of 2.74 goals per game. In his 19 games played, he has turned in 11 quality starts, giving him a quality start percentage above the league average. The Flyers have the better overall record, but I like the way the Senators are fighting at the moment. They have won 5 of their last 7 games, and in their last 3, they have a 4-0 win over Tampa, an 8-2 win over Florida, and a 2-1 loss to Tampa. The Sens were massive dogs in those games, but they played very well in all 3. The Flyers have won 3 of their last 4, but they still have big issues, especially on offense, and just lost to the lowly Canadiens in their last game. Prior to their last 4 games, the Flyers had lost 10 in a row. Through 27 games, the team's leading goal scorer is Joshua Norris. With his 80 as the second in overall points, coming in at 22. On the season, he is turning 18.9% of his shots into goals. In addition, the Senators have benefited from the strong play of Drake Batherson, who is the team's overall leader in points. In Ottawa's 27 games, he has come up with 9 goals on a shooting percentage of 15.8%. While on the ice, his offensive production has led to a plus-minus rating of +7. Ottawa's top goalie is Anton Forsberg, who is giving up an average of 3.09 goals per game. In his 12 games played, he has turned in 6 quality starts, giving him a quality start percentage above the league average. Our first betting advice is to pick Ottawa on the money line. The Philadelphia Flyers are trying to claw their way back into the playoff race, and losing to the likes of Montreal will not help them at all. The Flyers came into that game with a 3-game win streak, while the Sens had lost 7 in a row, yet Montreal walked out with a 3-2 shootout win. It was a tough game for the Flyers, as they were playing with no fans in the stands due to COVID, but there will be fans in the stands for this one. Scoring in the loss was Max Willman, which was his second of the year, and Jackson Cates, which was the first of his career. The Ottawa Senators may have one of the worst records in the league, but this team is playing very well at the moment. They have won 5 of their last 7 games, which is the best stretch for them this year, but the Sens are still at 9-18 on this season. Ottawa comes in off of a 2-1 loss to Tampa Bay on the road in a game that saw them listed as dogs of +211. Yes, they lost, but Ottawa fought hard and is proving to not be an easy opponent these days. Ottawa had a 1-0 lead after period 1, but the rest of the game belonged to the Bolts. The Ottawa Senators come into this road contest with an overall record of 9-17-1. Through 27 games, the Senators are 7th in the Atlantic Division. On the season, they have found the net 76 times, good for a rank of 24th among NHL teams. Heading into the game, Ottawa is the 26th ranked defensive team, allowing opponents to score at an average rate of 3.59 goals per game. So far, the Senators have a strength of schedule rating of 1st in the league. When diving into their opponent-adjusted scoring margin, they come into this game as the 23rd ranked team in the NHL. Our second betting advice is to pick over 6. Toronto Maple Leafs vs Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks only won 6 of their first 22 games, but have caught fire since winning 8 of 9 games and are in the midst of a 6-game winning streak. On the season, their attack has struggled, only averaging 2.51 goals per game, but in their 6-game win streak, they are averaging 3.5 goals per game. Vancouver is in second to last place in the Pacific Division, 9 points out of first place. The Maple Leafs have won 3 of their last 4 games, including their last 2, where they scored 5 goals in each one, and in the 1 loss in that span, gave up 5 goals. In their last game, they were on the road and beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-1. Austin Matthews scored twice, and Wayne Simmons, TJ Brody, and Morgan Reilly also lit the lamp. Toronto won despite being outshot 36-25, and Jack Campbell got the win giving up 1 goal, while he had given up 11 in his previous 3 starts. The Bruce Boudreau effect is definitely paying dividends for the Canucks. Not only has the 66-year-old become the first coach to start his Vancouver career with 6 straight victories, but the team is also currently riding its longest triumph run since winning 7 in a row throughout December 2019-January 2020. That definitely is not providing any good news for the Maple Leafs, who have historically struggled when visiting the Canucks in British Columbia. In fact, Toronto has dropped its past 4 trips to Vancouver, with the Canucks having lost just 2 of their last 16 home outings against the Leafs. Miller is tied for the team lead with 10 goals and leads them with 32 points, and he has a goal and 6 assists over the last 5 games. Horvat also has 10 goals and has 3 of them in the last 2 games. Backup Jaroslav Hell may be in between the pipes to face Toronto, and he has given up 3 goals in each of his last 2 starts. On the season, Vancouver is 8-7-1 at home. Our first betting advice is to pick Vancouver Canucks on the money line. The resurgence of the Vancouver Canucks, 14-15-2, continued to grow under new coach Bruce Boudreau, as the team triumphed for a season-high 6 consecutive time, following a 5-2 win against the San Jose Sharks at SAP Center on Thursday. Brock Boeser, 9 goals, 17 points this year, picked up 2 snipes, while JT Miller, 10 goals, 32 points, collected a marker and 2 assists for the Canucks, who had lost 10 of 13 outings, 3-9-1, prior to the sacking of previous coach Travis Green and GM Jim Benning on December 5. It was the 3rd straight road victory for Vancouver, which is also riding a 5-game winning run on own ice. After sitting out Thursday due to the postponement of their road clash against the Calgary Flames, COVID-19, the Toronto Maple Leafs, 28-2, returned to action, having last played on Tuesday, when they recorded their 2nd consecutive victory, following a 5-1 triumph over the Edmonton Oilers away at Rogers Place. Austin Matthews, 20 goals, 33 points this year, banked 2 markers, as Toronto scored once in the opening frame, adding 2 more strikes in each of the last 2 periods, despite being outshot 24-13 throughout the final 40 minutes of the contest. The Maple Leafs have won 3 of their last 4 matchups, 3-1-0, netting 5 tallies in each victory. While the Maple Leafs' last game was postponed, they have won 2 in a row and 3 of their last 4 games. They are tied with the Tampa Bay Lightning for the most points in the NHL, and they have played well on both ends of the ice. Our second betting advice is to pick over 5.5. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the high stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice.